Riding with Vic again, so no, we ain't finished. Legendary status, so no, you cannot copy. Riding dirty radio, so crispy, also sloppy. Enter to the street, so we know just what is needed. Keep it underground, staying down, cause he ain't greedy. This is where you find what is popping for the culture, where we keeping it on pressure, stay away from all the vultures. No, scavengers here, just keeping it real. Vic got it out the mud, but it's still so clear. So sit back, relax, and just let us lead you. If you're trolling for no reason, then we don't need you. It's Vic XL, he can't be stopped. Riding dirty forever, the home of real hip hop. Ride dirty, y'all can't harm. I did live and fly in the sky with a song. Ride dirty, ride dirty, ride dirty, ride dirty. Ride dirty, dog, y'all can't harm. I'm living fly in the sky with a song. Ride dirty, ride dirty, ride dirty, ride dirty.
What up, what up, what up, what up, world? It's your boy, Vic XL, and this is the Riding Dirty Show, the show where we bridge the gap between hip-hop and everyday life, all right? The show that is providing a platform for all those who are out here moving and shaking and changing our community, providing them a voice to tell their stories, all right? I always got to start the show by saying one time for the good people over at RFG 89.3 FM, our FM home for 15 plus years. Definitely one time for them. Make sure you check out the show each Thursday night, Friday morning. Every Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, Thursday night, Friday morning from 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. I also got to say one time for the good people over at live365.com. All right. Now, let me let y'all know a little bit about live365.com. Live365.com, they are the internet's longest running streaming site, all right? But they are not your typical streaming site. The site is not about you listening to your favorite album or streaming what you would consider songs of the day. No, they are a streaming site. They are a server. They are a company that allows terrestrial radio to broadcast via the internet, or also they allow people to launch their very own internet radio stations. Now, the really, really cool part about them is we've partnered up with them, and they've given us the opportunity to launch our very own internet radio station. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm proud to announce, welcome to the world, our brand new baby, Ride 95. That's right. We have our own media-based internet radio station, and it's, like I said, it's media-based tracking. If you're artists out there and your music is registered through BMI, ASCAP, or Sound Exchange, then your music will track just like a radio airplay, which means you can earn royalties and get paid for your music. Also, if you're an artist out there, if anyone just want to do some promotion, marketing, and run commercials, we got the best deals in the game, all right? Now, the way to access our station is easy. All you got to do is go to live365.com, which is the hub. In the search engine, type in Ride95. Click on our station logo, and you'll have original programming, original music, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, and 24 hours a day. Now, if you want to check us out via your mobile device, it's also just as easy. All you got to do is download the Live 365 app, go to the search engine, type in Ride95, and you have us. All right? So please check us out. Check us out. Check us out. All right, today is Tuesday, October the 27th. Got a few birthdays I want to go down real quick. I got to say happy birthday to, he was a Los Angeles Laker, and now he's no longer with us. We traded a lot to get Anthony Davis, and he was part of the trade. But we did get a championship. Gotta say, happy birthday to my man Lonzo Ball, all right? Lonzo Ball turns 23 years old today. I definitely see a promising NBA career for Mr. Lonzo Ball, all right? Lonzo Ball is 23 years old. Y'all make sure y'all go check out some music, because if you don't know, Lonzo Ball is also a credited rapper. Gotta say happy birthday to New York rapper, my man Casanova two times. Casanova two times turns 34 years old today. Definitely happy birthday to him. You know, he had everything lit earlier this year when he was doing his Soul Brooklyn challenge. So definitely happy birthday to him. Gotta say happy birthday to Houston rapper T. Wayne. T. Wayne turns 30 years old today. Definitely happy birthday to T. Wayne. Can't wait to hear some new music from T. Wayne. He was always, I always felt like his name kind of hindered him, especially when, Lil Wayne and T-Pain announced a project called T-Wayne. But T-Wayne, Houston rapper, turns 30 years old today. Definitely happy birthday to T-Wayne. All right? That's all I have with celebrity birthday today. But again, happy birthday to everyone celebrating birthdays. You know, a great way to tell celebrities or entertainers happy birthday is by checking them out on social media. Checking out the social media sites, see what they got going on, and definitely holler at them. Now, if you choose to check out anybody on social media, make sure if you comment happy birthday, let them know that you heard it was their birthday via the Riding Dirty show. All right, and hashtag us happy birthday Riding Dirty. All right, we'll definitely appreciate that, and I'm sure they'll appreciate the love and support from their fans. All right. Okay. All right. Now, let me see what we got going on in celebrity news. Not a lot going on. Not too much. Because, you know, next week, I got to say this real quick. Next week, if you haven't already, because right now they're saying that early voting is at an all-time high. But if you haven't had an opportunity, you don't get the opportunity before the end of the week, make sure November the 3rd, we have a big election coming up. All right? Got a big election, presidential election, Donald Trump versus Joe Biden. All right? Just make sure you get out and exercise your right to vote. I'm not telling you who to vote for. I'm not telling you why to vote. But just make sure you exercise your right to vote. Okay? Do that. All right? Do that. All right? Now, it seems like Kanye West is still trying to run, speaking of presidential election, but it seems like South Carolina is like the only people that are being responsive. He was just at a rally in South Carolina, and there's videos floating around of him breaking down, crying, and I don't know what the hell going on with Kanye West, but I don't know. Kanye wants to be president. I was just feeling like he was trying to promote an album, but who knows? All right. Also, one time for the comedy trio, they're called 85 South. They have a very podcast called the 85 South Show. Well, if you get an opportunity tonight, make sure you tune in to BET. 85 South, Chico Bean, DC Young Fly, and my man Carlos will definitely be hosting the BET Hip Hop Awards night. So one time for the comedy trio of 85 South, they definitely started off in the podcast game on the on SoundCloud, but they've taken it to the next level. They all are definitely accredited comedians doing their thing. I gotta say, one time they got Roddy Ricch. You know, Roddy Ricch is having a hell of a 2020. He's leading the nominations with The Weeknd on most nominations for 2020 American Music Awards. So definitely one time for him. All right, definitely my man Busta Rhymes. If you didn't know, he has a brand new album coming out in November. Seems like he's gonna have features by Kendrick Lamar, Chris Rock, Louis Farrakhan, just to name a few. So be on the lookout for his new album, ELE2, okay? ELE2. One time for my man, Young Buck. All right, and last but not least, man, y'all do me a big favor, okay? Do me a big favor, and make sure y'all subscribe to our YouTube channel, Riding Dirty TV. We'll definitely appreciate that very much. But definitely subscribe to our YouTube channel where all our content can definitely be found. All right? Okay. All right. Now, I just gave y'all celebrity birthdays. I let you know about our brand new internet radio station. I also let you know that you definitely got to exercise your right to vote. Now it's time for me to do what I like doing most, and that's talking to the people on the street, the people that are changing our community. I always like to say brick by brick, step by step, hands on, changing our community. Day by day, definitely doing their thing. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Riding Dirty platform, author Amere Dozier. How you doing, sir?
What's going on, man? It's Amir.
Amir, okay, I'm sorry, Amir Dozier. Amir, the first thing I gotta say is welcome to the Riding Dirty platform. I definitely appreciate you taking time out to talk to us and stop what you got going on in your busy day just to chop it up with us.
Man, I appreciate you for having me.
All right, now, the next thing I got to say, Amir, is your voice is deep as hell. You sound like a baritone. Like, you sound like the guy on the Temptations Christmas record who say, Merry Christmas from the Temptations.
They be telling me I got a booming voice, man. That's why, I need to do radio or something like you.
Hey, Amir, if nothing else, you definitely need to do these books audio, because I'm sure the ladies would love hearing Amir read that book to them with that baritone voice.
Yeah, no, we got an audio book coming for sure. It ain't gonna be me though, but yeah, that's a good idea. My pops told me the same thing, that I should do that.
All right, so Amir, let's get into the story of Mr. Dozier. The first thing I want you to do is let the people know where you're from and what your upbringing was like.
I'm from a city in Indiana, northern Indiana. It's called South Bend. I grew up in these apartments called Indian Springs with my mom, my little brother, my little sister. My pops, he lived out of town because he was in the Army. But, you know, for the most part, I was just a typical kid. I was in school. I played sports and everything. You know, I got in trouble here and there like every kid does. But you feel me? It was just a typical upbringing, you know, of a black kid. Where I was from, as far as like, you know, the stuff that went down, it never was really too much violence. You know, it was drugs here and there, but never really too much killing and murdering and stuff like that.
All right. At what age? All right. Let me say this. Cause being an author, you had to have some form of love for literature or English or history. Like, what were your favorite subjects in school?
My favorite subject was probably, I liked writing in English and all. That's only because I was a talker already as is. And, you know, when it came to, like, writing and doing journals and reports and stuff, I was always the one that was able to knock that type of stuff out. So, like, my love for writing started early because of that.
Okay. Do you remember some of the books that you read at a young age that kind of led you into the direction of becoming an author?
Yeah, all of the like Blue for series and stuff like that. When I was a kid, I loved all of those. Even like classic picture books like Corduroy and stuff like that. All that stuff as a kid helped me come up because I would see, you know, their names on the books. I would see authors' names on the books. So when I got older, I was like, this is definitely something I want to do. I want to have my name on the book someday.
All right. Now, did your teachers push you towards that, or were you more into the sports, or were you more into the ladies? Like, when did you shift gears, or when did you realize that I could be a book? I could write a book, huh?
I was definitely into like sports all the way at first, and I had went to college for sports, but they had got my scholarship and everything. So that's when I had decided to write a book. I needed something to help me pay for school, so I wrote my first book then. And the NCAA ended up telling me I couldn't even play for them no more just because I had wrote a book. You know how they go. You know, you can't be selling your name and stuff. So I ended up not being able to play for them no more. And that's when the book career really took off after that.
All right. When you start to concentrate on writing the book, how much time went into actually putting together your first novel?
The first one didn't take too long because it was a lot shorter. A lot of them are short, but that one only took, you know, 7-8 months. The one after that was, you know, about the same time. And the shortest one I ever wrote was only like 4 months. The longest one that I ever wrote is the one I just released, and that took like a year to write. So,
okay, let's talk about the first 4 books you wrote and the titles of those books and how they were received by the public.
Okay.
Right.
The first one was called Homebound. That came out in like 2018, if I'm not mistaken. And that received good, you know, good publicity just because it was the first book. My first royalty check, I remember I couldn't believe it. So that was pretty good. Then, you know, after a while it started kind of dying down, and that's when it was time to release something else. Then that was when I released my second book called Bandit Boys, and that actually was probably one of my best books because it's a series. I ended up releasing the Bandit Boys, but Bandit Boys probably like feed me more than any of the other books. And then I got another book called Dirty Work 2. That was like my shortest book. It was a real short story. I didn't really get too much feedback from public from that book. I felt like it was really good, but I didn't really see it. Looked like too many people didn't really pick it up, didn't really buy it. But Bandit Boy series, Bandit Boys, and Bandit Boys 2, those are probably the biggest hits.
All right, tell me a little bit about the conception of the Bandit Boys and what are the Bandit Boys like, and how did you come up with the thought of the Bandit Boys?
Bandit Boys is basically a series about this dude who gets into a gang that's known for robbing and stealing. And, you know, these types of things really do exist in some places. They're not really gangs all the time, but, you know, it's groups of people, you know, that's how they eat, you know what I'm saying? So with him in the book, that's kind of how it was. He ended up joining that. And the things it was a lot of things that led up to him joining that, from his abusive dad and stuff like that, and him getting teased at school and stuff all the time. All that made him want money, you know, and that's one thing that in the black community we ain't really got a lot of is money. So that's what make a lot of people do some of the dumb stuff they do. So that's what I'm trying to do is, you know, tell the story of the black community through people so they can see what they're going through, see why they make them decisions that they make, you feel me? So I feel like Bandit Boys is a good way to show that. But came up with it is just a lot of people do that stuff for real. A lot of people got to go take to eat. Dude ended up learning his lesson at the end because he ended up getting, you know, jail time and everything. But it just shows and tells a story from a perspective that everybody in the world don't know about.
All right. Before we talk about your latest, how hard was it for you to actually learn the game of publishing, creating a book? I mean, because writing a book is more than just taking a pencil or pen and jotting down thoughts to paper. Like, how hard was it for you? Because your first book, you say, came out a couple years ago, so you was under 21 years old. Like, how hard was it, number one, for you to concentrate and be able to find out how to pull all this together and say, hey, not only am I a writer, but I'm an author because I have a published book. How hard was it to find out how to publish it, how to just put everything all together?
I feel like I'm still kind of learning that now. You feel me? It's still coming together to me. I'm still learning little stuff in the game and big stuff, but the actual act of publishing it, a book itself, it was definitely hard. Like you said, it was before I was 21. A lot of people didn't think I was serious. So it took me a lot of time. I had to hear a lot of no's and, you know, had to stay up a lot of late nights to learn how to do it. But once it was done, I was happy. It was a blessing.
Okay. Being young and, man, at 21 years old, man, it's hard to stay focused on a task. At least for me, when I was 21, shit, I couldn't focus for nothing. Man, how are you able
it's wild out here, man.
Yes. How are you able to, at such a young age, avoid what they call the outside noise?
I mean, I feel like you're going to hear the outside noise regardless. You just got to stay focused on what you want to do in the end, you know, regardless of what you hear, because I still hear the outside noise. I still see the crazy stuff that go on. I'm on social media. I see everything crazy going on. And I still got my own personal life of crazy stuff going on. I just stay focused on the bigger picture, you know what I'm saying? I know that being an author is something I want to do for the rest of my life. That's something that I want to continue forever. So I'm not going to ever let anything going on the outside stop me at all. I just got to keep going.
All right. Now, how do the ladies feel about Amir being an author? Like, are the ladies glad to date an author? Do they even understand the game you're in?
Yeah, it's like before, because like, it was some that I couldn't get before when I was in school because they was like, look at the smart kids and I was just this athlete, you feel me? But now I done got a book, they looking at me like I'm all smart and stuff, they want me now. So I'm like, yeah, but ladies love it, yeah, man. Not even just smart ladies, you know, all type of ladies, they love that. You know what I'm saying? They love seeing people that do something, they're doing something positive. At least some of them like that.
Right, no doubt, no doubt. You always got different types of fruit in the basket. All right. Let's talk a little bit about your current book. It's entitled Counterfeit, the Dre Owens story. It's actually an urban fiction crime novel. Let's talk a little bit about it.
Well, basically, Counterfeit is about this dude named Dre Owens, like, it's in the title. And Dre Owens is a guy from St. Louis who ends up moving to Indianapolis due to a house fire. And he lives in Indianapolis with his cousin and aunt. And he ends up getting into a situation because his cousin owed somebody some money, and he tried to save his cousin. Then when he tried to save his cousin even ends up turning his back on him. So that's a spoiler alert, so sadly. But that's what happens, man. His cousin ends up turning on him. And I feel like what I'm trying to get to people in this book is just that staying loyal is always a good thing, because in the end, even though his cousin turns his back on him, Dre Owens, the main character, he ends up on top. He ends up the successful one. So the main thing I'm trying to do is, always stay loyal, because he stayed loyal to his cousin even though he didn't stay loyal to him. So.
Okay. All right. Now, Dre Owens has been out, Counterfeit's been out a little bit less than a week. At this point, what is the response?
Yeah. So far it's good. It's already got people to pre-order Kindle version and stuff. So like on Goodreads, I already got people saying that they like it, 5-star reviews and stuff. So I feel like it's going good. You know what I'm saying? I just got to keep getting more reviews, keep hearing more people. Before I released it, I had a few beta readers who said that they liked it and they liked the storyline and they liked it. So main thing I'm just trying to do is getting more good responses, you feel me? I want to get into because I know next I want to try like a kids picture book. Because I know it's a lot of kids, nobody reads more to kids nowadays. So I want to be able to do that and have a good response on this before I go into that. So.
All right. At this point, being a young man, 21 years old, and having 5 books under your belt, has any big publishers reached out to you at this point?
I have like 3 that I was just in discussion with, in particular for this book. And one thing that kind of steers me away from a company is just like the content control. And that's one thing I really don't want to give up is the content control. I'll give you a small percentage if you give me some up front, but I don't want to have to let you have control of what I put in my books, you feel me? So that's one thing that's steered me away from a lot of them. So that's why I've, stuck to myself, just stuck with the distribution deals and stuff so far.
All right. Now, I'm on your Amazon page, and I'm checking out your books. And the one thing I know is that visual presentation is very, very important. And as I look at your 5 books, man, your covers are very intriguing. How do you go about choosing your artwork for your covers?
It started off with me creating them myself, like for those first 4 books, all of those I made myself. I had to just, create them myself with different things like Photoshop or, different photo editing apps. But this new one, I had actually, paid somebody to create it for me. And the way I thought about it was, I told them, hey, I want somebody walking. I want it to look high quality for her. I want it to look like something, really nice. And, I just actually got the author copy today, my proof copy. It looked real nice. I'm real happy. It looks as good.
All right, I got a question. So you have your author copy close by you right now?
Yeah.
All right, so look, this is something I do with all my authors, especially if they tell me they have a hard copy. I want you to, I'm going to give you a couple moments. I want you to crack open that book and give us, I call it my author freestyle, but give us like a couple paragraphs from the book to let the people know what they can expect when they get Counterfeit, the Dre Owens story.
Sure, for sure. Hold on. I'm finna grab it because it's in the next room, but hold on. Let me go get it.
No doubt. While you go get it, I'm going to remind the people. Y'all definitely, man, I'm on the line right now with author Amir Dozier. My guy's only 21 years old. He's already put out 5 books in the marketplace. He has. Let me run down the list of his books while he grabs his book. He has The Bandit Boys. He has a book called Dirty Work. He has a book called...
I'm back whenever.
All right, he has a book called Homebound. He has Bandit Boys 2. And now we're talking about Counterfeit, the Dre Owen story. He's going to give us a little small portion of what we can expect when we crack this book open. All right, Amir, you got it.
Yep, all right. Traffic was busy, and it was a warm Friday evening. Dre Owen sat in the passenger seat of his mom's SUV, and they made their way to their new temporary home. Dre's life had changed so much in the span of a week. On Monday, he had graduated from high school and was preparing to go to college in California at the start of the fall. By Wednesday, he and his mom, Nicole, had gone through a house fire that destroyed his childhood home. It was now Friday, and Dre and his mom were packed up and ready to move with his Aunt Lauren and her son Marcus in Indianapolis. Dre grew up in a small duplex in the Tower Grove South neighborhood on the south side of St. Louis.
90 seconds.
Their kitchen had caught on fire after something burned in the oven, causing it to spread throughout the entire duplex. The night it happened, Dre got home at around 11:30 p.m. and Nicole was standing outside sobbing loudly. The entire neighborhood observed as his house burned in flames. It was a slap in the face for him. All they had to do was stay with some family in another town for a couple months until things got fixed. When Dre was 7 years old, his dad, Rich Owens, owned a car repair shop.
60 seconds.
2.5 years. Rich saved all his money he could to invest in this shop. His biggest struggle was that he lacked business and leadership skills. The bills were never kept up on, the profit was barely breaking even, and employers were always quitting. The business ended up failing due to lack of cash flow. This caused his dad to file for bankruptcy. Once the business crashed, there was tension between Dre's dad and his mom because he developed a bad drinking habit. Once he started to slack on keeping up with the bills and rent at home, Nicole kicked him out and ended up filing for divorce. The divorce was a tough time for Rich, Dre, and Nicole. Rich's drinking problem worsened around that time as well. The way he looked at it, he had lost everything, his family and business, so he really had nothing to live for. Nicole was stressed because she felt like the divorce was affecting Dre, as it was. So yeah, that's
10 seconds.
Sneak peek, but you can go on Google Books and read more, man. They got a sneak peek on there, like 50% of the book is available on there for free, so.
All right. Amir, the first thing I gotta say is congratulations, man.
Yes,
I love when young guys, young black men are doing their thing, so congratulations. Continued success to you. Let the people know how to get their hand on the book. And you got Kindle version and hardback, right?
Yep, an audio book will be out on November 3rd.
All right. Let the people know
you can get the book on Amazon. You can find it in libraries. You can find it on the Barnes & Noble website. You can always, if you don't want to get it that way, you can always get on Kindle and get it that way as well. The audio book will be out. You'll be able to get that off of Amazon and stuff as well. So you can always get the book that way. The main way, though, I always go is just Amazon. That's the best way.
All right. My last question for you. Can you picture seeing any of your books on the big screen?
Definitely, man. Definitely. All of them. I'm trying to learn how to write movies and stuff right now. I want to, like, Bandit Boys, that need to be on TV, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to try to definitely get a script out for that, and, you know, Counterfeit too, you know, try to get all that on television. I definitely want to be, if not like if not a movie, then at least, you know, a show.
All right. Last question. Let the people know how to find you when it comes to social media. That way they can keep up with your moves.
So, man, you can hit me on Twitter at Amir_Dozier. That's AMERE_DOZIER. Instagram, you can just hit me with Amir Dozier, all lowercase, no spaces or nothing. And Facebook, same thing, Amir Dozier.
All right. Appreciate it, my G. Continued success to you.
Yep. Appreciate you having me, man.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, y'all make sure y'all run over to Amazon and make sure y'all get a copy of Counterfeit, the Dre Owen story by author Amir Dozier. All right, it's your boy Vic XL. This is the Riding Dirty Show, where we bridge the gap between hip hop and everyday life. I see you guys sooner than later with another dope interview. Peace.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.